Hi guys, and welcome back to Proremote with my trusted script printed out like a professional. Well, last episode, which was a pilot episode, we talked about how Proremote, our channel, would be a one-stop center for everything remote: tools, technology, productivity hacks, asynchronous work, resume creation, applying, best websites, blah blah blah, everything. We're not going to be one of those channels where we just list you a bunch of websites and tell you to go over there. No, we're going to give you everything that you need to become an efficient Proremote worker. Well, today I'm going to talk about something known as asynchronous working. Now, for those who don't understand the Proremote work yet, see, asynchronous essentially means that across the organization, let's say there are 50 employees in an organization, so it's a small organization, and most of those 50 employees work across different time zones. So imagine that a company is based in US, then let's say the upper management is based in India, and a lot of the VA staff or other sort of lower level staff are based in, let's say, Philippines. So we are across the globe, right? And that is why working happens in different time zones, and that's something known as asynchronous work. Now, in a world of technology, we have the advantage to make sure that asynchronous work actually becomes productive and we can make something out of it. Yeah. So last episode I talked about communication and how Slack, Microsoft Teams, such tools are used for asynchronous work. So one of the ways asynchronous work is achieved is when organizations decide that, all right, this particular time for 1 hour, everyone across the globe will come together for a meeting. We'll discuss, let's say, a stand-up call. We'll discuss what we did yesterday. We'll discuss what our priority tasks are for today, get the green light from the upper management, and then move on. It's just one meeting in the entire day, short meeting, 20-30 minutes maximum, boom. Second is, of course, task management. As I said, Asana, Trello, Notion, all these tools are used for task management. And last would be, collaboration and time management. So Toggle, time host, etc., etc. Now, while you're working asynchronously, you have to understand that it's almost impossible to do a micromanagement thing with asynchronous work. So beyond all the tools and the software and the technology and everything else, what boils down to asynchronous work is self-accountability, professionalism, and trust. Every member of a team have to trust each other to get the job done. If I assign a task to someone who's in the US and they are behind me in the time zone, for example, I am here in India, Indian Standard Time, which is 12 and a half hours or 12 hours ahead of someone in Pacific time in the US, right? So if I assign a task to them or they assign a task to me, they have to know that this individual has self-accountability, this individual is a professional and he will get the job done. So one of the key elements of working remotely is to have self-accountability, and this is something that a lot of people have struggled with, and this is one of the areas that remote work is criticized for, where people say, you know what, remote workers basically just chill on the beach, or they're just hanging out with their friends, they're not really working and they charge money. So in order to kill that sort of negative connotation that remote work has, it's very important that every individual realizes that just because you're working remotely doesn't mean that the basic rules of a business change. Whether your business requires your physical presence or you're working remotely, the idea is always to achieve KPIs, achieve outcomes, make the business grow. And if you're going to do it remotely, which will allow you to be more productive, as we talked in the previous episode, if you haven't seen it, link would be in the description, check that shit out. It allows you to be more productive, remote work. It allows you to be mentally more fit because you choose your own time. It allows you flexibility, blah, blah, blah. But all those advantages only come when you yourself understand that there is something known as self-accountability, there is something known as self-discipline, and there's something known as professionalism. So one of the things that you need to imbibe in your soul before you delve into the world of remote work is that no one's going to push you. There's not going to be a boss on your head. There's not going to be any CCTV camera like in a big corporate office. But still, despite all those measurements not taken to control you, you still have to deliver and you still have to be productive. So be professional, be self-disciplined, take all the advantages that remote work has to offer. But remember, you have to deliver at all cost, and make sure that you use technology to your advantage and make the company proud, make yourself proud, and have fun while doing it, right? That's the whole idea of remote work. Chilling when needs to be chilling, and working when we need to be working.